all your senses, noticing what's happening around you. And the more that you can really sink into that and embrace it, the more service that this process will have to you. So I really invite you now to just get settled. Make sure that your set and setting are one that you'll have no interruptions, that you have everything you need to be warm, and just get ready to go on a relaxing journey. And what I also recommend is that you have a notepad ready so that when you're done, you can invite your conscious mind back in to capture any of the things that you see, any of the insights that you might get. And that way you're all set up, and all you really got to do right now is just be guided. So that's the state you want to be in. You want to be in complete, like, just complete relaxation mode, ready to be guided. The other thing that I will mention is to release all expectations of yourself. If your mind wanders, that's fine. It's going to do that. Just bring it gently back to the guided meditation. Let the visualizations really come alive for you, and then move into that relaxed state. And just pay attention to the sound of my voice. So if you get off at any point, just come back to the sound of my voice and let your subconscious paint the pictures of this visualization. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a lot from it. And here's to you for going through this practice. Take care. Noticing how good it feels to be completely supported to where you sit today. Noticing how the clothes feel against your skin. Paying specific attention to the fabrics, how they keep you warm, comfortable, inviting in total relaxation, getting out of your own way, now allowing the conscious mind to take a break. It's done everything it's needed to do to be right here. And while that happens, allowing your subconscious mind and your spirit to fully come alive, to fully be here with you today. Inviting in the full creative genius of your visionary. You might even notice as you invite the full creative genius of your visionary in, how good that feels. Notice how delighted your visionary is to jump into this process. And now is the perfect time to go back to that same wide, open, expansive field. Moving to that wide, open, expansive field, going there and getting settled and relaxed. And all that really matters now is the sound of my voice as you're in that gorgeous golden field. Notice the sunshine above you. Just let that sunshine come down and warm your entire body. Noticing the vegetation at your feet, how great it feels to be fully supported by the earth. Notice the colors in the ground. Notice how clean and crisp the air is. The smell of cultivation and hope. And as you stand in the middle of this expanded field, you look ahead and you see a majestic doorway in front of you. That doorway is the direction of your future. As you strain your eyes to get a better look. You hear a rustle to your right. As you gently bring your attention towards your right, you notice that you are not alone. Your highest intention has joined you. Your intention to be here today has joined you in the field, just to your right. Find that word that represents your highest intention and just allow it to take a form. Maybe it's a person, someone you know or someone you've never met. Maybe it's an object. Maybe it's an animal or a being. Whatever form unfolds for you, just allow that intention to take that form and be right beside you on your right. Very good. When you have a clear vision of what form it has taken, you take a look at it and it nods back at you, and you both have a nod of appreciation. Say, thank you for joining me today. Next, you hear a rustle to your left. And you notice that there's a second guide coming to join you. And this guide is love. Notice and allow whatever form love wants to take. Perhaps it's a person that you've known or never met, a figure, an object, doesn't really matter, allowing your subconscious to take the form that love represents for you, noticing it in clear detail. And as love comes closer and closer, you notice it and it notices you, and you nod in appreciation. Thank you for joining me today. And now, your intention on your right and love on your left stand together in the middle of this gorgeous expanded field. And in perfect unison, you start to walk together towards that doorway of your future. In perfect unison, you start to walk together towards the doorway of your future. As you walk towards it, notice how much you appreciate the feeling of the ground as it presses gently up against your feet. Notice how effortless it is to move towards the doorway of your future. And notice how supported you feel to have love and intention with you as you walk together. And as you get closer and closer with each striding step, you can feel the warm energy of anticipation. The look, color, and material of the doorway come into full view. You study the craftsmanship with amazement. You make eye contact with your guides one at a time, nodding to each other again as you put your hand out to the doorknob. You begin to turn it. You open the door effortlessly and notice the brightly lighted hallway. The light appears to be beaming magically from the very end of the hallway, beckoning you to move towards it. And as your eyes adjust, your vision becomes crystal clear, perhaps clearer than you ever have remembered it being before. As you walk towards the light at the end, on the right and left are doors. Each door represents one of your major life categories. You can see each of the doors are labeled by the life category they represent. As you walk down the hallway, you read and study the labels. You see your love life. You see the door to your social life, your finances, your career, your creative and intellectual talent. You see the door to your family life, and you see the door to your spirituality. You see doors that open up into your leisure life and your social contributions. You see doors that represent your physical health, your mental and emotional health, and also you notice the door of your character. And right now, it's just enough to notice that all these doors of your great life exist. And as you walk past them, as you walk towards the end of the hallway, you notice candles lighting up a far wall. At the wall is an exquisite desk and chair. As you approach, you appreciate the craftsmanship of the desk and the chair. You see a leather-bound book right in the middle of the desk. You can smell the leather. On the book cover is your name, scribed into the material. You look left and you look right, and your guides smile. And in unison, they point towards the chair, inviting you to sit. This is exactly where you've come to see. You take your seat. You scroll your hands over the book's cover, feeling its edges, moving your fingers to the top right-hand edge, ready to open the first page. This is the book of your future. As you open the page, you notice that it has an index. The labels on the index describe your inspiring, defining events of your life. The interesting and extraordinary experiences you've had. The connected, loving relationships you've enjoyed. There's even sections of your winning habits you've adopted. And there's a section of your milestones and achievements. You notice as you look at these labels, you get curiously excited. You get curiously excited to look at what's happened over the past 5 years. Moving from 5 years from today, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026 have all passed. Notice how old you are now. You start by opening the year 2026, exactly 5 years from today. As you begin to pour through the pages of that year through the sections that describe the experiences and the people. You see pictures, clippings, stories, cutouts, all little artifacts that show the life that you have lived. Go ahead and scan through those pages. Notice what you see. Move through the pages that show the interesting and extraordinary experiences you've created. The interesting and extraordinary experiences you've created. Just allow them to unfold. All things are possible. Notice the adventures you've been on. As you look at the pictures of your adventures and the new experiences you've created, study them. See each experience in the fine, fabulous detail. Noticing who's with you. Seeing the expressions on their faces and yours. Even experiencing some of the emotions of those moments, of the interesting and extraordinary experiences that you've created in your life. Notice how good that feels. And as you take that all in, move your attention toward the section that's titled Connected, Loving Relationships. And start to scroll through the pages of your connected, loving relationships. Notice who's with you. What pictures do you see? What experiences have you created together? What milestones and moments have you celebrated? Even appreciating the changes in the last 5 years of how people look, of how they've changed, of how you've changed. As you flip through the pages of your connected, loving relationships, just allow gratitude to live. Very good. And as you slowly move towards another section, you see the title, Milestones and Achievements. Wow. Your fingers almost tremble with anticipation. As you go through and flip the pages, seeing the milestones that you've experienced. Seeing some of the achievements that you are most proud of. Noticing in these achievements how they truly honor your greatest gifts. Noticing in the achievements how they show you owning, accepting, and integrating your gifts, your talents into the world. You might even notice some awards, some newspaper clippings, examples of artifacts along the way that show I was here. Notice how good that feels to see those things. And as you flip through those pages, you notice the next heading, your winning habits. As you move to that section, drawing your attention to pages that have celebrated the rituals that you have brought into your life to serve you to be your best. There is one habit per page that you've adopted over the years and written down here. Just allow it to unfold, noticing what are the habits that are most in service to you, that you chose to adopt, stick with, commit to, and bring to your life so that you could be your best. Notice how proud you feel. And as you move through the book, you notice the next section is a blank page. And at the very top of that page, it reads Reflections. And you didn't notice until now there's a beautiful pen just to the right of the desk. And you pick up that pen and you think reflections. And just then, you get a tap on your shoulder, and love gives you a sheet of paper with these questions on it. You unfold the sheet and you read the first question. What do you notice in your life that got you here? What do you notice in your life that got you here to have these experiences, to connect in these relationships, to accomplish these things? What do you notice in your life that got you here? And whatever comes, just go ahead and write it down on that blank piece of paper. What do you notice that got you here? Just allowing it to flow. You write down as many of the things as you can see, allowing them to flow naturally. But what do you notice that got you here? Helped you to have these experiences? And as that feels complete, you bring your attention to the next question on the sheet that love gave you. And that next question is, what values did you bring forth and live that got you here? What values did you bring forth and live that got you here? As you think about that question, you write those. The words just pop up of who you were being to help you have this life. Just write those words without question. What values got you here? Very good. And as you finish the last of the words that represent your values, you look towards the third question on the sheet that love gave you. What gifts did you honor and own to make this life happen? What gifts did you honor and own to make this life happen? And allowing the answers to that question to just flow onto the page. The talents and skills, your unique gifts. Just go ahead and write them down. Very good. And as you finish writing down your lists of gifts that you had to own to get you into experiencing this extraordinary life, all of a sudden you feel a tap on your other shoulder. And your highest intention, remember the form that it took, hands you a single question. You make eye contact, nod, say thank you. You unscroll the question, and it reads, what is most important to learn and know from what we just saw here? What is most important to learn and know from what we just saw in the pages in these books? You think about that question, writing down the answers that freely flow into the book. What is most important for me to know? And bring with me to make this life happen? Allowing those answers to just freely write. This is your inner wisdom. As you finish that last question, what is most important to learn and know? And take with me you can go ahead and take that page of reflection notes that you just completed with all those questions. With love and your highest intention helping you, you can take that page and rip it out of the book. Fold it up just perfectly and tuck it into your pocket. These you will take with you when it's time to invite your planner in. For now, let them sit safely and sacredly in your pocket as you get up from the desk and move your attention back towards the way you came into the room. And as you move your attention towards the door that brought you here. Together in perfect unison with love and your highest intention, you step, striding past each of the doors of your life. Seeing that each of those doors represent a life category. And at any time, you can open up any one of those doors to go explore what's inside. And right now, as you go down the hallway, you have time to go into one door. As you think about all your options, your love life, your financial life, your career, your creative and intellectual talents, your health, your mental and emotional well-being, your family, your immediate family, your social contributions. All these doors are available. Choose the one that is calling you. Go towards that door and open it up. And as you open it up, pay attention to what you see. What is represented in that room? Notice what you see on the walls. Notice who you see. And just notice if there's anything in the room that doesn't feel quite right. If there's anything in the room that needs to be adjusted. And if you notice that, just go ahead and make that adjustment now. Go ahead and bring in that which will make that room just perfect. Designed specifically to match exactly what you want from that category. With the power of your visionary, you can bring in anything at all that you want, that you need to make this room perfect. And once that's complete, take a final look, really appreciating what you see. Noticing the specifics. And then moving back towards the door that got you into that room. Go ahead and close it behind you, giving a nod in appreciation. Knowing that you can come back to this hallway at any time, explore any one of these rooms, inviting your guides to come with you, love, and your highest intention, and together design and change that which will serve your highest purpose. Now back in the hallway, you move towards the door that brought you into this beautiful space. moving down the hallway, passing all the doors of your life. So you get to the end and you open up that door into the expansive field, noticing how good the ground beneath your feet feels as you step out into the field and back towards your perfect spot. Noticing the change in temperature from being in the hallway to being outside. Going back to your perfect spot, settling in. You can look at love, look at your highest intention, say thank you. They're always with you. And at a pace that feels right for you, you can come back into this space here, into where you are in this room. And we're going to gently move into reflection from here. Excellent. So now that that's done, now is a perfect time to really, in free form, write down any insights that you saw. You just gave your subconscious mind the permission to flow freely, to think about an inspiring future. And now it's time to invite your conscious mind to come back in and just write down any insights. What did you notice? What pictures did you see? Who did you see around you? Those questions that were posed. Now is a great time to go and just capture them. Don't worry about the organization or the organization. You can go through and put those into your planning system later on. This was meant to allow you to have some free form thought, and now you want to capture those insights along the way. And after you've done that, take it, if you're working with a coach, share it with them. And now is kind of the fun part where you get to explore what parts of that do you want to take and what is the meaning that can most affect your life right now. So it's the sense making process that you'll go through now to invite your conscious mind in. Okay, what did you see? And from what you saw, what is important for you to know, for you to learn to take forth in your actions and your activities today. So enjoy that process, and I hope that this visualization into your future served you. Take care.